Hello, everybody, and welcome to Expansion Network. This is the episode number 72 of the Ask Julius Show. This is Angel Rebo broadcasting live to the world. We have audience all over the world. And again, this is Angel Rebo from Dallas, Texas. And we have Kasey from the east of the U.S. Hi, Kasey. How are you?
Oh, wonderful. Hoping everybody's having a great day or evening tonight, wherever you are at. We are sending so much love and appreciation that you take the time to join us. It's the greatest compliment that we could ever hope for.
Absolutely. And we already have Angel Wings Amanda that is confirming what we just said. Good morning, everyone around the world from Australia. Light and love, Amanda. Amanda, great to see you. Thank you so much. By the way, today we thought we were going to be a little bit late and we scheduled the show for a little bit later today. But as usual, you are always here ready for us. Your intuition never fails, never ever. So thank you for being here today. It's a blessing. And again, hey, exactly. So Lindsay Lee just popped in to say hello. Thank you so much for doing that. Hello back to you, Lindsay. And as usual, we have lots of questions that we're going to have from our audience, and we have lots of questions that are coming from previous shows. Love to you too, Lindsay. Thank you for being here, even if you only to say hello. All right. So I know that the other day we had some technical issues, and we know that we missed some questions. Please, if your questions weren't asked and we were not able to capture them, feel free to ask them today. Okay. Definitely, it's a great time to be living in this dimension, Kasey. And I'm sure that, Julius is ready to answer the questions for the ones which is the first time that you saw our show, which obviously it's a possibility. And we have new members in the audience every single week. Basically what we do, Kasey channels Julius and a group of entities alongside. And, the audience asks live questions of any kind of question. And Julius and its group or their group of entities respond through Kasey that channels this group. And also we have questions that you can send to support@channelingjulius.com, support@channelingjulius.com. And all those questions we accumulate them all over the week, and then we ask them on the following week's show. All right, so having explained that, also something else for the ones that are joining the show for the first time, you will notice that there's a QR code, a beautiful QR code, which is small, and it's going to be a small up until the middle of the show. Mid-show, we're going to have a conversation about the special offer. We always have special offers because we like special offers. And this QR code that you can scan at any time, it was going to take you to the special offer of the week, which is, as it says here, unlocking DNA. Unlocking DNA. Actually, we have been talking about different spirals of DNA for many shows now. As after we had an epiphany a few months ago, which makes us actually pivot into this. But anyway, here we are, all of us. Let's look at that. Amit also joins forces here. Hello, everyone. Big thank you to Kasey. Thank you, Amit. Amit, excuse me, and my favorite angel, and heart full of gratitude to Julius. Thank you. The respect and the honor towards you is mutual. Hi, everyone. Happy to be here. The link says, hold on a second. Here it is. Wonderful to be early and to be able to have all these friends already here and our production team. Hello, everyone. So great to be here with you again. Absolutely. All right. So let's start. If the audience still doesn't have questions, as you know, that's the first thing I do all the time is I make myself small. Let me find myself small so that all the main character and all the spotlight goes to Kasey and obviously to the words that are being channeled coming from Julius and their group of entities. Let's go for the first question that comes from Christine. It's actually from a previous show that we couldn't answer and ask live. Can Julius please shed some light on the misunderstanding around 5D? Why do so many teachers share that 5D is someplace we are evolving to and not a more conscious state of being? Thank you. This is a question by, Christine.
We actually truly believe that there's a misinterpretation that has taken place, perhaps through channeling itself, as misinterpretations come through, and then people seem to clamor on and just copycat information. Well, we've long had the opportunity masters on different television networks and on different boards with different practitioners to correct what we believe is the misinterpretation between that. So that's what we can tell you. Okay. You can look up the definition of a dimension. You can look it up. Okay. It's a metaphysical aspect, it is a scientific aspect, and it is an energy, frequency, space, circumference, density, frequency that holds particles of matter. Okay, that's what a dimensional space is. Okay, it is not a state of consciousness. Levels or states of consciousness are levels and states of consciousness. They aren't dimensional. Okay, so we have always felt that this massive misinterpretation is very misleading and extremely misguiding, because one thing is absolutely clear and for certain, masters: you are source. And as a sovereign being, you create your reality. You are responsible for your level of consciousness. There isn't anything or anyone out there that's going to fix that for you. And there is, while you are physical, you are never in an automatic state of consciousness residing in a particular dimension. You are working through a physical experience to grow and enhance your conscious journey and your conscious knowing, which is what? That you are source. That you are source. The third dimension is not going away. It has always been here since the Earthship holographic projection has been up on display, and so has the fifth dimension and the sixth dimension and the fourth dimension and the second dimension. The Earthship holographic projection holds and houses approximately 11 different dimensional spaces on the surface of the Earthship alone, for which a physically embodied being can experience 6 different levels of consciousness. The Earthship is a realm space, a realm platform that provides the opportunity for levels 1 through 6 to be accomplished, whether you're in the first dimension or the 11th dimension or anything in between. We will hold to this truth. The third dimension is 97% first and second levels of consciousness. You are responsible for raising your consciousness up to level 6. For each level of consciousness that you acquire or achieve, your reality will shift and change drastically. Is the mass consciousness of the third dimension a choice of a collective agency? No, not really. Each of you are choosing to either be ignorant or enlightened. That's your free will. Same thing with the fifth dimension. We're going to say that we reside in the fifth dimension just like all of you already do, in versions of your own self. And the fifth dimension offers the opportunity for levels 1 through 6 to be experienced. We're always going to support this. You ask any of those practitioners what dimensional space a ghost or an apparition resides in. Go ahead and ask them that question. They're fifth dimensional aspects. And they are not of high consciousness. They're stuck because of fear or trauma, and that is not a high level of consciousness. So we don't believe that that theory is helping humanity, because you all think that something magic is going to transform the third dimension into the fifth dimension, and it's not. It's here. Okay, it's here as part of the Earthship's programs that they run. Can the third dimension raise all of their consciousness to a fifth level of consciousness? Yes, you all can do that. Go ahead, do it. That's what we're waiting for you to do. But there isn't an energy that's going to wave over everybody and they're going to become enlightened. It doesn't work that way. That's a program that you have bought into in the human condition that keeps your power outside of you, masters, and keeps you from doing your own work. That's the problem. Okay, stop buying into anything that says it's going to save or fix you other than you. And when you do, you may finally be on your way to knowing that enlightened state. So we do not believe, we're telling you, we're going to go as far as telling you that it is the nefarious energies that put that out. That's what we're going to tell you. You are source, walking your way through a third dimensional reality in order to know yourself as source through that vantage point. And you're going to go levels 1 through 6 on your consciousness before you ascend off of it. And it's the same thing you're going to do in the 5th dimension.
Wonderful. Thank you so much. There's new people again joining us today. Also from Australia on Sunshine Coast. Yes, it's our good morning. I'm also in Australia on Sunshine Coast. Lovely. Thank you. Great to have you, Robin Azima. And then we have also someone here that, in full disclosure, I'm going to share his or her message. Hey, can I give my birth date so you can see my chart? Ha ha ha. Or my name, last name.
We don't do horoscope charts, Master. Your source. We don't care when your birthday on Earth Day is, because that's not who you are.
All right. Thank you so much. In full disclosure, we just share this message, and then we are all in this together. Good morning as well. Are we on motherships streaming higher dimensional beings into our human avatars? That's we are all in this together question. Are we on motherships streaming higher dimensional beings into our human avatars?
Master, your source. You're not any type of a being. You are source energy. Okay, everything is a holographic projection costume that you look through the lens of in order to know yourself as more. None of the costumes are real, and we shall never identify you through your costumes. We suggest you do the same thing. Everything that you think is real is not. It's just energy projection. You're the energy, the pure aspect of energy that is experiencing itself in an infinite amount of ways. Please do not cling to any of the configurations that you created as a singular aspect of where you believe your origins come from.
Wonderful. Thank you so much. Next question. Actually, it's a comment from Robin Azima, saying the DNA class was fabulous. I got so much out of it. Loved the information. Thank you so much for sharing your experience. We really appreciate you that you are sharing this with the audience. So as you will know, everybody that has not been here with us, every single week we announce several sessions, several promotions, several, experiences that, we offer you so that you can benefit from them. And there's a lot of things. Although, Julius answered what they just answered, and that was the question regarding the chart. There's many other things that Julius can do to help you if you would like that to be done. Okay, so that Farar. Thank you, and again, I apologize. I always apologize when I'm pronouncing a name for the first time. Okay, all right. So the next question actually comes from Charity Thornton. Great to have you here. Great to see you, Julius. When you were on your ascension journey embodied on Earth, how did you lay out your typical? I think that we already asked that question, didn't we? Yes, we asked that question the other day. Excuse me, Shirley. So we actually asked that question the other day. So if you don't mind, you can go to the previous show, which was 71, and you will see the answer to this question because actually we asked it. Okay, so sorry about that. Let's go to the next question. We always have a lot of questions. We appreciate your understanding. All right, so this is a question also from We Are All in This Together. Is the Earth ship holographic realm to experience the Earth narrative and to raise our consciousness until we level up enough to go to another version of Earth?
We do not support that, but we will tell you this, Master. So let's give you great support systems on the many different theories that you speak of. Okay. The Earth ship isn't real. It's a holographic projection. Okay. All versions of it is a holographic projection. You're creating it in your minds, in your emotions, and in your minds. Your souls are the emotional processors of thought. You are thought energy. The Earth ship gives you the opportunity to demonstrate thought and emotion in a type of form. You created the Earth ship in your minds and in your emotions, but it's not real, because anything that can go away, we do not consider to be real. It's like a dream, masters. You're in a dream state for yourself. You configured the Earth ship and other physical realms to demonstrate a new way for thought to exist and expand itself through the demonstration of the physical. You then loved what you had created so much that you decided to interact and play with the playground that you had created. But as light beings, you passed through those configurations, so you couldn't get a sense of what it was to interact with them. So you created an equalized dimensional costume for you to insert your light into, so you could experience that which you had created through your nervous system and your sensory systems in order to know yourself through the physical. For you are the energy that created the physical. You created it from your own energy. Then you interacted with it in order to know it, which expands it. That's what you're doing as source. You are expanding yourselves through every experience you could conjure up in knowing yourselves through demonstration. That's what you're doing. Now, to support what you just said, your brain does not create thought. It processes thought. So you can't make anything up. You can tap into a thought possibility. So for every theory that's out there, it does have and hold a version of a truth in its existence, but it doesn't necessarily mean it's going to play itself out in your world or your reality. Basically, masters, there's no such thing as a fantasy, and there's no such thing as anything made up. You tap into thoughts and existences. Whether they're going to play themselves out in your reality or not depends on how you pull it into the unlimited amount of timelines that are also playing itself out in this lifetime. We may have just gotten really complicated for you, but what we basically want to tell you, masters, is don't get transfixed on anything. It's a game. It's a dream and it's a game. And it's for you to know yourself as the all. We suggest you do it with joy and enthusiasm, for that expedites your knowing that you are that all.
Wonderful. Thank you so much. And thank you. We are on this together for the question. Again, lots of questions today. Thank you so much for everybody being here and for sharing your thoughts. All those questions help us and help the rest of the audience to warm up and also to know all these answers. So the next question comes from Hilda, that always likes to ask a lot of questions. Thank you so much, Hilda. Talking about Hilda B. Do we have crystals in our bodies? Do they change or increase as we move up on the level of consciousness ladder? What a great question.
Yeah, you have crystalline energy in your bodies, master, the same energy that is in crystals. So that's what we will support. It's not that you actually have a crystal quartz inserted in your physical body. You have the same energy that runs through your body that crystals do, and that is a form of a consciousness energy. So crystals do have consciousness energy that runs through them. Your energy, all of your plasma and all of your quantum energy, which is part of the crystalline energy, has an extraordinary force that takes over your physical body more and more and more as you grow your consciousness. And it helps to activate dormant parts of your brain. We wouldn't say that it increases. We would say that it comes more and more online and is far more active. And then the vibration of it increases, which increases the intensity of the energy. But the physical content doesn't increase, but the energy does, and the thrusting capacity for which it moves through your costume does, creating a whole new aspect of your costume and a whole new vantage point as to all that you are.
Wonderful. Thank you so much. And thank you, Hilda, as usual. The next question comes from Lexi Marie. Hello, everyone. Thank you so much for answering my questions. I have been doing a lot of self-reflection since my last question to you. Thank you so much. I was wondering if you see any difference in my self-love, aura, and energy from the last time I asked a question. I would love some feedback. Thank you. Sending you an abundance of divine love and light. You are appreciated.
Master, you are appreciated. So, Master, here's the thing. Your energy fields all fluctuate. They do. Your emotions are a huge part of what regulates that or governs that for you. The more joy, the more love, the more non-judgment, the more compassion you are in, the more you will radiate, and you will become more radiant in your light, and your frequency will kick itself up. That is the truth. Unfortunately, once you dip into judgment, which is a type of fear or depression, then you bounce back down as well. We will tell you, be inspired by that truth. Hold yourself in joy, Master. Hold yourself in joy. We have a wonderful practice we'd love to share with all of you here on this show. We encourage everybody to place their hands on their heart and close their eyes. Pulling out an extraordinary white light straight out of your heart space and upward thrusting into the omnigalactic universe and galaxies that you have created, projecting them up. Throw some glitter in with the mix. Throw some ferocity of movement in with the mix, Masters. And know you are projecting your light upward. You are holding your light up. Hold it, hold it, hold it. And then as you gently let it go and you come back to your thoughts, know you just raised your frequency. Do it in the morning. Do it at night. Do it several times during the day, Master. That's all you need to focus on. Instead of grinding your mind with manifested thoughts, raise your frequency, for that means that every thought that follows will come forth to you riding on the waves of that high frequency, and it will be extraordinary. All things resolved in your life in states of high frequency, Masters. Practice, do, be, and share the light.
Wonderful. Thank you so much for the practice. Thank you. Really appreciate it. All right, so let's go to the next question from Behdad Farar. Will there be a battle between the bad/good elites to be fought, especially with upcoming elections, with Project Odin, ODIN/Guardians, or Ascended Masters here to protect humanity, or is it all mental?
Master, that's already going on. All of that's going on. Whatever you're seeing is very late. And so it's already done. It's already done. And there is a war that is playing itself out. Odin is a project, so is Looking Glass, so are all of these different projects where they're working in different timeline variations, basically ahead of you, okay, to help pull into alignment the end results of this timeline. And there's a war going on. Absolutely. In fact, many of you will probably feel the tugging of the timelines when things feel off and varied and you can't figure out why. Or maybe you're happy one moment and sad the next, as if you've dipped into a whole nother timeline or reality for yourself. It's going on. It's not gonna go on. It's been going on. And it's already laid out as far as what the remaining of this year that you describe as 2024 is going to play itself out as.
Okay, wonderful. Thank you for the question, and thank you for the answer, and then a few comments here. Charity Thornton, the self-love class was also amazing. Thanking you guys and sending love for doing this and creating this platform. Much love. Right back at you, Charity. It's a pleasure to be able to do all those sessions. Also, I think that Charity was also saying that he probably has or missed the ones that was being commented on earlier on the chat. No worries. I'm sure that eventually it will happen again. So don't worry at all about that. All right. And then before half of the show, mid-show, where we always, talk about what is behind the QR code, in this case, unlocking DNA. Let's go for another question from Lexi Marie. I have another personal question. I'm trying to help out my brother, who everyone kind of isolated. He's living with me now, and I was hoping you could give me some insight on the best ways to begin helping him. Thank you so much for your help. Sending you love and light.
Don't judge him, Master. That's the best way that you can help him. Don't judge him. Encourage him to practice self-love. Show him how to practice self-love. Those are the best things that you can do for him. Listen to him. Look at him. Tell him he matters to you. He is a vital part of all existence, and for him to hold that truth in his heart, that's what you can do for him. Let your relationship evolve in a nurturing, unrushed agenda. Allow him to be, and always encourage his thoughts and his emotions to go to a high frequency of loving possibilities rather than wallowing in trauma, rejection, or judgment from his previous experience. Encourage the light and love to exist within inside of him, but better than that, Master, show him that it exists within you. That's the best thing that you can do.
All right. Thank you so much, Lexi Marie, for the question, and thank you, Julius, for the answer. All right, as is announced before, it's the time for scanning all those QR codes and for us to share the screen so you will be able to see what is that session, that experience called Unlocking DNAs, what DNAs we are referring to. And here we are. You can see us, and I'm sharing the screen. It will be scrolling up and down. But if you take your camera with your cell phone, you will be able to go here. You will be able to go here and see everything that you need to know about Unlocking the Silence DNA Strands personal session. Okay, so what's going to happen in that session, Kasey? Tell us all about it.
All about it. Hey, so Masters, in the third dimensional costume for which your soul resides, there is not one singular spiral helix crossed strand, DNA strand. You have three. Two of them have been put to sleep, if you will, by being covered up with a filament or a firmament. Ooh, have we heard that term before? Through poisoning and through programming, and do not fire appropriately with all of them together, leaving you with an extremely limited life in all different ways. We have designed a technique to help remove that which is isolating those other two DNA strands from becoming activated and moving through your embodied existence, working collaboratively with all three of them together in order for you to know yourself further as the most extraordinary beings, assisting you to eventually learn and remember how to go interdimensionally, interrealmly in the aspects of your own self, shape-shifting, waking up dormant aspects of your brain, learning more quickly, more rapidly, and with full acceptance and remembrance that you are source. Come with us. Nobody is offering this at this time. At the very least, Master, it's one of the most energized experience you will ever experience, and that alone will upgrade your energetic field. That's right. Tap on it. Check it out. Come with us. It is time for you to know yourselves as source.
Excellent. Thank you so much for the explanation, Kasey. And as you see at the top left corner of the screen, you see the QR code that's going to take you to the page where you can actually sign up for the Unlocking the Silence DNA Strands personal session. Again, it's a personal session, okay? So thank you again. We're going to put this or leave this through the entire show as we do every single show. And here it is again, myself small, Kasey big. And here we have another question by Hilda. Hilda, what are curses and spells? Are there limited programming that we inadvertently buy into?
Pretty much. That's a great explanation, actually. But remember this, masters, that whatever you hold as true shall become for you. Okay. So if you believe and you buy into that low frequency attachment, because there are attachments that happen to you, you definitively will play out the result of that. Now, if you also are low frequency and you don't know what's going on, they can attach to you as well, like parasites, because low frequency lives by this law. You see, Master, there are several universal laws. One of them is this: if you don't say no, you say yes. And that's what low frequency attachments thrive in. They thrive in. So they basically can find their way to attach themselves to your energy when it's low and matches that state, and can be something you're just literally not aware of and can cause chaos for you. It's the truth. It's a type of an energetic parasite is what it is. It can be avoided by keeping your energy field high. Certainly, there's all kinds of applications that can assist you in cleaning your field. But that's basically how it works. Now, if you don't believe in it, you don't want to buy into it, don't worry about it. But most people have been programmed through many lives and many timelines within those lines, witnessing these types of crazy things and listening to the spells that are cast, not realizing that all of your language is a spell. That's why it's called spelling words. Okay. And learning how to differentiate your own aspect of awareness in energetic fields for which you reside above these attachments. I'm not sure if we answered your question correctly. Are you asking us if they're real? As real as anything else is in your life, Master, which appears pretty real. And if that is a truth, then shift it and change it. If it's not real for you, it's not. But the guaranteed aspect that it won't ever be is to keep your frequency high. It cannot attach itself to a cloud.
Excellent. Thank you so much. And thank you, Hilda B., for the questions. Next question comes from Sherry Thornton. Julius, in the case that someone is not able to homeschool their kids at the moment, what might be some things that someone can do to counter the programming of their kids being in school? Much love.
Not much. Not much. It's pretty layered. Okay. You're basically asking us to send your children to get programmed and then bring them home and deprogram them. Boy, that's a long process. That's a long way around the chicken coop, if you ask us. So it's a tough thing. You can dialogue differently to your children at home, assuring them that basically what they're hearing at school is not the absolute truth. It is not the singular truth. Basically almost creating conflict for them in the classroom with programming that the teacher is also programmed and is also bound contractually to follow an agenda and to pound it into the consciousness of the students in the room. And they may not even be aware of that which they're doing. You can have that type of dialogue, we suppose, but you're asking us, kind of like you're asking us, well, we can't avoid shooting heroin in the body, but so we're going to do it every day. And then what can we do at home to make it not bother us? That's kind of the question that you're asking us. We cannot give you an answer that you're seeking, Master, because it's not available. Avoidance is the best answer. Not to program in the first place is the best answer. And we really want to support this. There is a way to homeschool. There is. There are all kinds of groups that do co-ops for homeschoolings that you could probably get in touch with. But it just depends on how much effort you want to put into it. And we know this. A lot of people want to talk to their children about whether they want to be homeschooled, and that becomes a conflictual thing as well. We're just providing truth for you, Master. We just are. If you want to start to deprogram any of the aspects of your kids, start talking to them about broader truths. Start telling them that they are source, that these are just possibilities, and that there are far other possibilities, and to encourage them to explore the other possibilities and not worry about the grades that they make, because their grades are only about remembering or memorizing the programs. They are not about ultimate truth. Those may be the conversations you are asking us would be helpful to the youth here on this Earthship. And we would say, yes, of course. Anything that dialogues them back to knowing themselves as source is always the most useful thing you could be doing.
Wonderful. Thank you so much. Next question. We have so many questions. Swift Sage, thank you. Nice to see you again. Julius, do the answers to all of our questions become readily available after we have our death experience, or do we remain limited there as well? That is a great question. I love this question.
Yeah. So first of all, Master, there's no such thing as death. So let's try to remove that from your dialogue. And even though you may say, yes, that's not what I mean, but we say, but yes, but it imposes an interpretation simply by using the word. You never die, you transition. What do you transition? From thought to thought to thought to thought. That's what you transition from. The last thought that you had when you were embodied will be followed by the next thought that you would naturally process given your level of consciousness. You're going to walk right into your next thought experience. You are not suddenly going to become advanced. You are not suddenly going to become enlightened. You're going to walk right into your next thought, just like you do from here to here. Did I learn anything from here to here? Maybe, but it hasn't anything to do with whether I'm embodied or not. It has to do with the way that you receive thought, accept a thought, process a thought, expand thought, and therefore know a thought, whether you are embodied or not. We hate to burst your bubble and make anybody think that anything is waiting for you that's going to be fixed after the physical lifetime. It's not. You're going to walk right into your next thought perspective, following along your pathway of your conscious frequency projection. Whether you come back as in a humanoid costume being or not, that's still what you're going to do next.
Thank you so much. Before we proceed, let me share some loving comments here from the audience. Princesa de Luz, which means Princess of Light, she's here again. Hello, my love. Hola, mis amores. Here she is. Oh, who else is here? And also Lexi Marie, thank you so much for that. Absolutely, anytime. And also let me go over. Yeah, I think that we have shared all the comments, and then we have plenty of questions. So let's reconnect with the questions. And actually, this question is an offline question that came to us through the email address support@channelingjulius.com. Support@channelingjulius.com. It comes from Marzina, and the question is, Julius, can you please explain how we can use sound for healing and how such healing works?
Oh, yeah. Sound frequency is amazing, Master. Your sound frequency. You are sound frequency. It's awesome, right? Sends all kinds of activated resonance through your body for when you are in harm's way, when you are sick, or when you are degraded with disease or decayed condition. Your energy frequency is low. Your sound is slow and it's hollow. And this basically is a wonderful symphonic embedment that comes through your body to reactivate you and to help rebalance your energy frequency. It's amazing. It's amazing. Okay. Your body is ranges in its hertz range, and you can Google some of the information as far as what sound healing frequencies are best, okay? Whether it's 432 or 444 or 564 or 728 or whatever you guys want to think of. But here's the cool thing. Sound is pretty cool. It really is. If you want to just go into the kitchen and bang on a bunch of pots, they can clear your energy field and make you feel a whole lot better. Do it. Do it. If you want to sit down in a more formal-like setting and have beautiful handcrafted sound bowls played for you and some drumming and some chimes and harps and things like that, do it, masters, do it. Let it calm your mind. Let it activate your emotions. It will benefit you. Okay, it will benefit you. What you're looking for is for the sound to dissolve away what we will call the monkey chattered mind of the altered ego and allow you to come into the centered resonance of the point zero aspect. Calm your mind. It helps to calm your nervous system, Master. And when you calm your nervous system, then your physical body can help to heal its own self through the expedited production of appropriate hormonal flow where all of your healing fluids, your plasma energy resides. Your nervous system is key to your healing. It is overtaxed and it is massively stressed out when you are ill or when you are disrupted in any way. And sound can calm your nervous system. Please use it. It also is fantastic for clearing and uplifting the energy fields around you. Just having chimes around the outside of your house can help. Just any type of sound. You can literally walk around the room and clap your hands and clear out the energy field. And if it makes you laugh and it gets your mind off of all of your worries, then that is healing as well. Masters, don't ever forget this. Sing. Sing, sing, sing. It has nothing to do with your ability to sound pretty or carry a note. It definitively has to do with literally sending those sound frequencies through the resonance of your physical body. It is amazing stuff.
Thank you so much. By the way, I'm going to, as you know, Kasey and Julius, I like to chip in sometimes when I see that something that is bugging me or is in my ecosystem that is related to a question. Actually, it's funny how in the last 2-3 weeks I have received a few questions and comments regarding bells, and the fact that, and that's true actually when I thought about it, and I was in Europe last summer. There's a steady movement like to remove and not use the bells, at least from the churches. I remember when I was a kid, I used to go to visit lots of different people in different villages, and every single village will have a church with a bell, and you will always know what time it was, even while they were sleeping, because of the bell. The bell would use tame or whatever the name of the thing that you do with the bells is. So, or maybe ringing the bell. But the thing is, my question would be to Julius. Does the sound of the bells that we have, I was raised with, and I have been so exposed to in Europe at least, does the sound of the bells bother anybody? And that's why they are like literally canceled all over the place.
No, we would say they aren't bothering people. They're maybe helping to clear people. That's why they're deactivating them. That's really what we would say. Now, there can be sequences of the chiming of bells that can be used as a form of programming. So pay attention to what we said. Sequences or songs can be played and used as a type of mind programming. But the clear singular strike of a chime usually does not work that way. In fact, it's very clearing and cleaning. So it kind of depends on what you're listening to. If there is a particular rhythmonic sequence that is consistent that they're putting out, that could be a form of programming. But if it's just beautiful chiming, maybe one for 1 o'clock, 2 chimes for 2 o'clock, 3 chimes for 3 o'clock, probably not. It's probably a wonderful essence that wakes up the energetic frequency fields within your body, which, like we said, could be the very reason that they're canceling them as well.
Thank you. Thank you so much. And the next question, I'm trying to select a question from someone that hasn't asked a question today yet. Amit Deer has a question. And that's Amit's question. May I humbly ask Julius, what is the way to raise consciousness of masses on this 3D? I mean to ask base perspective one can have all the time, as there seems to be a limited information about high consciousness and also limited demonstration, which makes it challenging for masses to accept or desire to move. Thank you so much for the question, Amit.
Yeah, it's the truth. Master, believe it or not, your consciousness is raised by each of you raising your consciousness. Really, it is a collaboration. It truly is. High consciousness is exponential in its frequency inspiration versus fear. That's pretty cool. That means that fear consciousness or low consciousness stacks singularly on top of each other and can build a wall through a mass amount of contributing energy frequency, one brick at a time. But love frequency is exponential. It multiplies. So it doesn't actually take as many people in high consciousness to inspire the low consciousness simply by being in high consciousness. And that's pretty cool. But you don't understand, masters, how inspirational you are when you raise your consciousness. That's why we keep telling everybody, stop worrying about the masses. Work on yourselves. Work on yourselves. By working on yourself, you are assisting the masses because, masters, there's only one of us here. You see, unity consciousness is a truth, and you cannot ask somebody else to be that which you are not. You first must become, and then so shall that inspiration of that resonance be irresistible and intoxicating to another, and they will be drawn to the light, just like bugs to the flame. Lead by demonstration, masters. Lead by demonstration. The higher resonance field you reach in consciousness, the broader your reach, and the more luring you are. We promise you, master. We promise you. Do not get distracted and deflect, trying to help another. Work on yourselves. Work on yourselves. People will ask, how are you this healthy? How are you this happy? How do you have this much abundance in your life? How in the heavens do you have this much love in your life? And you say, well, thank you for asking. Let us show you how to love yourself. And therefore shall it resonate for all to be loved by the all, which is you. And so shall this earthship be healed from its ignorance. And so shall all of you walk in the gateways of heaven on earth, demonstrating love and compassion for the all, and knowing your true selves and authentic resonance as source through physical. Won't that be fun?
Wonderful. Thank you so much. And this is probably going to be today's, probably the last, or the one before the last. The question comes from Greg Nyman. Greg, great to see you here again. As always, hello everyone. Julius, can you please talk about general energy shifts? As of late, they seem more intense. Energy shifts.
That is the truth. So, master, there are organic, what we'll call organic movement of energy through the natural organic elements. You are a natural organic element. Well, we hope you are, mostly probably so if you're watching this show. But then, unfortunately, there are also the technologies that can fire energies into the field that are very, very disruptive, and they can manipulate and they can throw things out of order. It's truth. Your governments have all of these energy weapons. They do. They've got the energy weapons that can cause fires and catastrophes and earthquakes and all the crud that you guys witness. So unfortunately, technology can do that. And they are firing those devices generally out into your field, and you as an energetic being are feeling the ramifications of that. Some of you are very sensitive to those shifts, and so it is literally like being thrown into a ninja mixer on some days. You're happy, you're sad, you're stressed, you're abundant. It's all over the place. You may literally find yourself sitting there smiling and crying at the same time, and trying to figure out why, and trying to explain exactly where your emotions are, and you are being affected. The higher your frequency is, the more sensitive you are to those frequencies. And here's the truth. There's not a whole lot you can do about it other than learn to not judge what's going on. That is helpful. Also, masters, to ground yourselves as much as you can. You can do beautiful breath work, Focus on your thoughts, focus on your emotions, stay grounded to the earth. Wonderful way to help calm your emotions is get in the water, splash it over your heads, get in the bathtubs, jump in the shower if you want to. That energy of that water that is an electrical enhancement will help balance your energy field. There's a lot of it going on right now. So much of it going on. Stay away from your electronic devices as much as you possibly can. We would also suggest that as well.
Wonderful. Thank you so much. Let me go down the list of people that are asking questions. Okay, so this is the next question from someone that has not still asked a question today. Thank you so much. It's great to see you, lovely Andreline, here as usual. And lovely Andreline question is the following. Hello, what is the role of melanin in the universe and why is it harvested?
It's a pigment. It's a type of a pigmentation. If you're looking at it, it can be used as a form of a protective agent. Many of the things in your universes and in your galaxies and on other ships are harvested for all types of fuel, all types of what do we want to call that? Energies for formulations for accessing wormholes and time travel. Okay. And also some of them are used as protective layers for the physical body, physical costumes. Melanin can be used to change some of the molecular structure of your skin, which is the largest organ of your physical body. And it also can be used as a healing agent to the physical body. So that may be some of the reasons that you're looking for.
Wonderful. And that was the last question of today's show. I know that we have a lot of questions. I know. But we have to have another show next week, which is going to be the 73rd. We will still be in August. What an August that we are having this year. And a final comment actually by Swift Sage. I agree, Robin. The answer sure is a motivator to get your work done now. Absolutely. And that was Robin's comment, the one that Swift Sage was referring to. And as usual, I'm going to be big again. All right, next to you. So everybody, thank you so much for being with us. As usual, you're always ahead of us. You're always showing up. We are really in love with you. Thank you so much for making this, your show, so special. We really like those questions. It's incredible, Kasey, how there are new questions every single day. And you would say, right after asking, let's say 72 shows, at least, 10, 15 per show. I mean, it's crazy. We're really close to 1,000 questions, and still the audience has these questions that nobody had asked for or about before. So thank you, everybody, for being here today. Any final thoughts? Look at that. Stacy just showed up. Look at that. Yay. Great show as always. Thank you, friends. So grateful to be here. The pleasure is ours. Excuse me, I was just carried away by Stacy, who typically chimes in at the beginning of the show. Today is at the end of the show. And also Hilda. Thank you so much for this wonderful show. Go ahead, Kasey.
Thank you all so much. Cannot extend my gratitude, Jangel and I's gratitude to you guys enough for showing up, spending the time with us, contributing to the show. Isn't this fun, right? It's kind of like we all just meet up for coffee once a week, right? And we blow everybody out of the coffee shop with great conversation, right? It's the best. Love you guys so much. Thank you for being here.
We love you guys. Remember this QR code at the top left corner of this video, of this screen, is because we have a special as every single week. And this week is extremely special, the special that we have. Unlocking Your Stranded DNA, which is an incredible one-on-one session. Thank you so much. By the way, we have someone else here. Yes, I've heard multiple mention. Okay, this is another question that we're going to have next show. And Daylene, super show, super fan. Exactly. We couldn't agree more. All right. So thank you so much for being with us today. Again, we are sure that you have enjoyed this conversation. Thank you, Julius, and your group of entities. Thank you, Kasey. Thank you, all the production team always making this possible and easy. See you next week as every single Thursday at 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time or around, because sometimes we have to adjust a little bit. All right, it was a pleasure to be with you, excuse me. See you soon, okay? I'm going to leave that QR code until the very end of the outro video so you can still scan it and see all the information related to this Unlocking DNA one-on-one session. Have a great day. We love you. Bye-bye.